And hello everybody, welcome in to our live stream. Today it's Saturday, and that's usually our normal drawing stream, so today we will be working on Prime Zero's art raffle winning drawing thing. I can't think of what to call it. Hope everyone's having a lovely day today. My day's good. Mostly just been sitting around eating, woke up, and the last second. That should do it. Mostly woke up, ate a little bit, and then did a lot of background stream work. So the last live stream I did, it's right now getting processed on YouTube. So that should be up here. Might be up now. Not sure. I was working on that, making the thumbnail and all that for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That took making that thumbnail, so it took a second. So without further ado, I have to make sure the camera's right. Forgot to do that. I gotta get there. Webcam and shit. But anyway, alright. Without further ado, that's the react screen, you dumbass. There we go. Art stream. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, woke up not too terribly long. Oh, that's a few hours ago. And mostly just been doing background stream stuff of uploading my last screen and all that. Aqua is looking good. Good. Well, today we are going to be doing the line art for it. Let's hope I don't fuck it up. I sure won't. Get my shoes out my way. I was going to stream yesterday, but I ended up wasn't able to because I was too busy being out doing things. Mostly went to with my mom to try and go get her real ID, and that's such a fucking stupid thing, by the way. But it turns out the place we went to, their system's down, so we couldn't do that. So we went out and just went to a few different stores and places. Got some more flowers that I have to plant now. Yeah. And went to a CD store, or local CD store, and got some more CDs. Alright. Okay. Notice maybe my phone is just starting to run slow or something. But Twitch Mobile here recently has been really acting up for me. Like, it took a while for it just to load my stream on my phone, which is just weird. It's never done that before. It's been glitching lately? Okay, so good. It's not just me. I don't know, a few things on my phone here has been running a bit more slowly. It's got me a little concerned, because Twitter, which, I mean, granted, Twitter's been a dumpster fire for few years now, but it's been running a little bit more slowly, and my Throne app has also been acting a bit sussy, so it's like, maybe I need to just turn my phone off for a bit and like cool off. I am on it pretty much 24/7. Or maybe my internet needs like I need to turn my modem off and let it rest, like restart it. Which I know I said I was going to do that, I think last stream, and I just completely forgot about it. Speaking of things I forgot, Daily Fire. Alright. Thank you for collecting Daily Fire, Prime. I need to look at my references. Give me a second. Good, I'm glad. Hopefully, at the very least, we'll get the line art done today, and maybe some coloring. Okay, yes, I don't want to do that. We'll do that. Alright, let me take it here. And then I'll pull up the reference. There you go. So you can see the little reference image on the top left. Hey. Kurgan? No, I have not. Or if I have, I don't remember it. I mean, what is it? Is it like some sort of fish or something? I guess I can mention the albums I got yesterday, which, oh, I forgot to put my mic over here. There you go, so you can hear me better. Which were, I forget how you say the band's name. I think Evanescence. I think I went their albums, because I've listened to some of their songs and I liked it. And, another Green Day album, which I'm growing pretty good, selection of Green Day albums, so that's nice. So a little tip for y'all artists out there or people who want to learn to draw. When you're drawing a line, look ahead of the line, don't look at the ink pen itself. Otherwise that makes it harder for you to draw in a straight line. It's a trick a friend of mine taught me. So in other words, like, look where you're going to be drawing and not just the exact spot. Yeah, it is. It helps. It's helped me a lot to draw straighter. Although I'll sometimes forget that and draw and fuck up. But you know, practice makes perfect. Also, it's okay. Yeah, you're doing just fine. What was I saying? Also, another tip for y'all artists, whether you're traditional or digital, make sure to just flip your canvas around so you have an easier time drawing a line. Like you can see how I'm doing. That way you have more control and you're not trying to flip your... You're not trying to like draw your in this weird ass angle and still be straight. You can just, okay, just flip to a spot where it's easier for me to draw. Yeah, that's another tip a friend of mine gave me. Another tip. Get art friends so so you can just become a sponge and learn all the knowledge. Or just watch art streams. Like this. Because I'm always happy, you know. Never afraid to ask for help or advice. Because, you know, like me, I have no problem giving you tips. In my opinion, it's very new to art and stuff, but I know at least a few tricks that help me. One more tip, and then I'll stop being like an art teacher. But one other tip I just want to personally give. Oh. So I just realized I forgot to put this paper underneath, which I do to make sure the paper doesn't bleed through and screw up the next page. So whenever the next thing I'm drawing. There we go. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, another tip is, you know, take advice and stuff. What, no stains or ink leaks through, correct. Yeah. So, that's what this is for, because, using my ink pen, my ink pen, if I push on it down too hard, or go over a certain line, or whatever, or because I use just like a normal Sharpie marker. Also, from what I understand, this paper I use on this book isn't that great. That's what a friend of mine told me. It does bleed through, so that's why I just get a few extra pieces of paper and put it underneath. So when it bleeds through, it goes on this, and not the actual next piece of paper I would use to draw on. But I was just wanted to say, for artists and stuff, there's not like a one way to draw. I never like think that, because I think sometimes when people are giving advice and stuff, they are like, this is the only way you're supposed to draw and stuff. No, it's not. That's why it's called art. There's a bunch of different ways and different tricks and stuff, and just use whatever works for you. Like, for example, there's this like thing a lot of people do on their face to gauge eye things, like where the eyes go, like draw like basically a T on the face, for example. I never do that because it screws with me. I find it just easier just to draw the eyes out. If I need a spot to know where everything goes, I'll just draw the nose first. But that's just me. I know a lot of people that helps them. It's funny, that last tip I just gave was actually kind of something I learned from watching videos of this one guy. I think his the YouTube channel is Draw Like a Sir or something like that, where he says that, and I remember one of the videos I was watching, he said it in the middle of his video, and he said, I'm saying this in the middle of this video, by the way, because apparently people put, our teachers use my videos in their classes and then cut this part out. So now you can't. Which I just thought was funny, but it's also true. It's also why I also really like watching art streams, not just because I like art, but I think it's a lot of fun just watching how other artists art, how they draw, what they do differently. In some ways you can, in turn, incorporate that into your own art and learn, hey, I didn't think I could think about drawing it like this, or hey, that's how you draw. That's how this person at least draw this certain thing. Maybe I should try it like that. Don't know what the hell started this whole art lesson talk, but you know, I'm here for it. Why? There you go. get a drink. Let's see what's next. Good sign. Go to the set now. So, since I'm drawing a Sonic character, how is chat feeling about that new Sonic racing game? Sonic, what is it, Crossworlds, right? What are y'all's thoughts on that? Are you excited? Don't care? What are we feeling about it? I am like heavily leaning more towards the I don't care aspect of it, but it's interesting, I guess. I think it's amazing. We see some interesting characters like Miku. Yeah. It's an Miku. Yeah. I mean, I will say that's one thing I do kind of like. You know, they're going back to more that, when it was called Sonic and Sega All-Stars or whatever. So there's more characters than just Sonic. But you could say there's a pretty weird criticism. My only problem with those Sonic racing games is Sonic sitting in a car. I don't know, for me that's just always taken me out of it, and it's just weird. Oh, is it like one of those stupid $70 or $80 games? Not a fan of that. I don't know why with Sonic games they don't either A, just have Sonic be actually running on his feet as a racing game, since, you know, he's super fast, or B, just bring back the hoverboards. They're cool, they're right there. So they're kind of doing Crossroads with certain characters, but it's like, just go all the way. Just do the hoverboard thing again, but take out the stupid fuel aspect. just remove that one bit and we're good. I say that because to me, anyway, at least with a hoverboard, it always, to me, fits Sonic's more aesthetic or art style better than him riding a car. Like, I can see Sonic getting in a race and using a hoverboard to, like, be fair and also just because he think it'd be fun and cool. Then I see him getting in a car and driving. It's just me though, and that's me way too overly thinking this crap. I need to look at my reference again for this. Extreme Gear? Okay, yeah, let's just bring back the, like, Extreme Gears. They were cool. Me too. Especially Sonic racing games, because again, I just think they fit his aesthetic more. There we go. A little stretch. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there like some rumored new Sonic TV show or something coming out? I remember I heard like something about that. I don't remember the exact details though. Also another thing I remember, I think it was just some thumbnail I saw where it said like everyone's most hated Sonic character might be coming back, and it's like that one kid from Sonic X, and I just rolled my eyes like, no, he's not. Like there's a way better shot of the Archie characters coming back than that guy. And even then, I doubt the Archie characters are ever coming back. It's a shame. But Archie characters, yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't necessarily know why Sega doesn't like them, but sorry I went a little quiet. I just been focusing on the drawing here. Getting to the near tail end of the, what you call it, line art. Thank you. Doing my best over here. So I'm thinking, and this is just a thought, I'm not sure I'm going to do this yet, but I'm thinking, maybe to help encourage people to subscribe and stuff, I'm thinking about having a goal for every time we have 20 subs in a month, I'll host an art raffle then and there. The reason for 20, because I did the math and stuff, and if I have 20 subs in 1 month, that's basically the bare minimum of me getting my payout on Twitch. Well, that's, before I fully commit to that, I just want to ask Chad, how does that sound to y'all? And he's like, you don't have to subscribe here on this channel, by the way, you know. If you're just here lurking in the background, that's all that matters to me. And I thank you for just being here, spending time. That sounds cool? Okay, good. Okay, that's nice. Because I am trying to think of at least some ways to help encourage people or, you know, get those subscription numbers up. Because, like, again, you don't have to subscribe here, but it does help. It's helpful. You know, I do streams for fun, but I also, because I'm broke and I need money. Yeah, I'm not trying to make anyone feel weird about, like, you know, again, you don't have to subscribe. Hell, y'all just sitting here watching your ads, that at least helps a tiny bit, you know, helps me earn a little bit extra money. That's why I have that put up on my bot, to literally say that, because that does help. Oh. Yep, okay. Tip to streamers, by the way. Get SiriBot. So you don't have to deal with annoying ass bots. Good, I'm glad. Because I remembered last stream you said something you wanted stripes and stuff. Oh, so hello Jack. I see you just came in. Let me get you a shout out real quick. Oh, give me that supersize bit. Thank you for the extra little bits. Or supersize emote with cause bits. So thank you for the bits. Words are hard. Right. Go follow my friend Jack. He was last playing Repo, looks like. Yeah, that's nice. I'm a mod for him over on his channel, so if I'm not streaming and he's live, I'm most likely over there modding. Yeah. They're also been playing Expedition 33, and I believe we're still doing a sponsorship videos or sponsorship streams for Roadblock, so I've been playing that as well. So yeah. If you like me, you'll like him as well. They have a little cat VTuber and PNG, and they have made a lot of their. And then on the PNG front end, most of their emotes, they've also made them. So they're also an artist. So yeah, go check them out. That being said, I hope you're doing well, Stabba. I hope Reba went well. Yes, went well for you yesterday. I think I tried to. My Twitch has been acting up, so I tried to join your stream. I think Krabby stream yesterday, and it just was not working for me. Made most of them except that one. Yeah, my friend gave it to me. Yeah. I can't remember the name. Yeah, it was crazy fun. You need to get Repo to come play with us. Or, Counterpoint. You can gift Repo to me so I don't have to pay for it. I'm joking. Next time I have a little bit extra money to spare, maybe I'll do that, depending on how much it is. Yeah, I hope you... That'll be nice, yeah. That'll be easy for me to get anyway. But yeah, so today we are just working on Prime Zero. You can see him in chat. Art raffle drawing. They won my art raffle the other day. So we're making a little named Aqua Sonic Shark OC, which we are now at the phase of line art. Unless I'm missing something, I believe we are working on the last bit of the line art, the blaster. I'm gonna pull up that reference for the blaster again, which I don't have saved, so I'm gonna go to my Blue Sky account. I seriously not have. I gotta keep on forgetting to put it on my bookmark. There you are. Okay. How far are we on this music, by the way? Okay, at least okay. There's a good amount of time left on it. Yeah, I spent a good like 20 minutes trying to find some good fitting music. Because the last art stream I did, that did get hit with a music ID. So that whole VOD got muted. I have a good guess on what the song probably was. Which I just realized I could have checked and looked. But I'm gonna guess it was either one of the OG Sonic songs. Like Green Hill or something. Because from what I understand, I believe the band that made that music actually still owns the copyright rights to it, so maybe it was that, or one of the Sonic actual lyric songs that was in that last playlist I played. I'm not sure, but that's why I'm using this different playlist, which I've used several times before in previous live streams. I have not once gotten a copyright claim on it, so at least I know all the songs on this one is good. Claim or mute. It's really just mutes I've had to deal with, which are basically copyright claims, but I don't know, I'm kind of struggling at the moment to find actually decent music for live streams that are copyright free, because I found like one or two, but there's a bunch on there that's like, why would I want to listen to this? It doesn't help that the most, I think, common like streamy music is lo-fi. And I don't really like lo-fi music. I mean, it's fine, but it's not, I had to be in a certain mood for it, and especially like drawing something like this, I am not in that certain mood. And I know technically there's that one thing you can do to split your audio to where I could be playing fucking Green Day over here and still the VOD, it won't be there or whatever. But to me, from what I understand from what a friend of mine, SwiftyGoth, tells me, that ain't even accurate anymore. You can still get shit with that, and like Twitch has been making where they can detect that now, and what am I trying to say? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought real easily. Oh, and also that's just, in my opinion, kicking the can further down the road, because like, okay, I don't have to deal with it when I go live. When I'm uploading the VOD to YouTube, I still have to pick something to go in there. And even then, if I start singing to a certain song or whatever, it's just gonna appear very random to people who don't know. I have to that the music was playing something completely different on that stream than what you're hearing now. It's just like, no, that just feels like more of a headache to me. So that being said, if anyone else is here as a streamer and they, would like a good, more kind of like this kind of style of music or more rock tune music that's royalty free, let me know. Send me a link. Use any of my socials. Just hit the link in the chat and I link and you can find all my socials and just hit me up on literally any of them. Oh, it's okay. No problem. Generally, I know some... I don't know a lot of music about music either, and so... I know, funny enough, pretty much most, if not all, SpongeBob music I could play on here. Since A lot of SpongeBob music is actually just royalty-free music of its own. It's not even made for SpongeBob, so you could use it, literally just use it no problem. But then it's also like, I think certain songs that were actually made for SpongeBob are royalty-free. The one I know of on top of my head is Sweet Victory. That's just a royalty-free song. I could play that right now, and I'd be just fine. I know Sega, usually, are very good about that. Like, again, I'm playing Sega music right now, and all these songs I know I don't get a problem with. I also know, from what I understand, Persona 5 music, you generally don't get muted or claimed or anything happens with it either. So I know that's another option there, but... Okay. Yeah, send that to me, because I'll check it out. There's just a lot of stuff on there. His name is Kim. Credit page and you can use all this music. Okay, good. Yeah, you know my Discord thing, so yeah, just DM me on Discord then and send that link to me. And I'll look into it. Because I will say that, at least on the opposite of just sounding, I would like that and maybe even prefer it. There we go. Alright. As it started, okay, sorry about that. But, show off. For y'all that are a subscriber on Turbo. And there's a link from Sabajack, thank you. So here is the liner done. I still need... Yep, saw that. Thank you, Sabajack. I'm not sure you can hear me. I think you have turbo. I'm not sure on that though. Anyway, here's the line art done. I need to still erase this sketch underneath, but then after that we will be done. I have Turbo for a few more days. Oh, it's about to go away. Well, Sabbath, since you're here, I want your opinion on this too. I'm thinking for a monthly goal for my streams is for if I hit 20 subs in a month, I would do an art raffle then and there. Is what I'm thinking of. And the reason why I say 20 subs specifically is if I have 20 subs, that's the bare minimum I would need to get my Twitch payout every month. So it's a nice incentive to try and get people to subscribe so I can get my Twitch payout. How does that sound to you? That's fair? Okay, yeah. Because, and I said this earlier, but no one has to like subscribe to be here or whatever. I'm not trying to set that precedent. I'm just like, I need money. I'm poor. So that's like my ways of trying to incentivize it. But like just, you can't subscribe or whatever. I'm not trying to feel bad. You know, you just being here or watching like the ads that just played, by the way. That's helpful enough. And it helped earn me a little bit of money. And welcome back from ads. People that don't have Turbo aren't subscribed here. Yeah, but yeah, it does add up. Is that supposed to be a pun? Like, the adds up? Like, is that supposed to be a pun, or am I just way looking too much into it? You're just tired, yeah. Well, you usually... I mean, general question, Sal, do you ever sleep? Because on my end, it almost looks like you're up almost 24/7. Hey, I don't think you're being very quiet. You're still chatting in the stream Prime video, and B, you don't need to worry about that. You just being here helps. So you don't need to be sorry for being quiet in chat, you know. Sleep a lot during the day? Okay. Yeah, with Sabbath also. Why the hell do I not have you as a VIP? I thought I made you at least a VIP in my chat, Stabba. Let me fix that real quick. What is it? Roll? I think it's roll. Okay, there we go. There you go. Fix that. I could have sworn I made you a VIP already. I mean, it's one of the 5 million things I thought about doing and then I forgot. When I download. I mean, fair, I do that too. Actually, no, I don't. I just bang my head against the wall till I finally do it. or don't play the game for about a year and then come back to it. Which is what I did with Call of Duty World at War. This is before I started streaming, or really started streaming seriously. I played Call of Duty World at War on the hardest difficulty, Veteran. Which I don't recommend anyone do. And let you hate yourself. Which I don't hate yourself. And don't play Call of Duty World at War on Veteran. But yeah, that sucked. I made it all the way to the second last level and got so fucking pissed off with it. I didn't touch that game for about a whole year. Or 2. It might have been 2. And I finally went back and beat the last 2 levels. It sucked. I somehow did it. I felt very accomplished afterwards, and I also said I ain't ever playing this game on Veteran ever again. I've done it once, I have nothing else to prove on there, I'll go do it on Call of Duty, on the other Call of Duties now again. And let me catch up on chat. I haven't. Oh yeah, I actually. Seb, I actually do a very similar thing because for some reason I should really probably check this out. Whenever I'm trying to sleep, if I'm actually trying to sleep, like go to sleep, I will for some reason start either feel this massive pressure in my forehead, or I will feel like I can't breathe at all, to where then I'll jerk up awake. And then I can't sleep for another like 2 to 3 hours. Just my adrenaline rush. And it sucks. And that's why my sleep habits is all so crazy and out there. Wow, that's weird. Twitch has just been being weird here recently. But A, Sava, don't hate yourself, and B, I mean, yeah, kinda, that's like like if you just like torturing yourself or being pissed off at a game, yeah, play Veteran on Call of Duty. If you want just completely unfair difficulty. Okay, but you know, like, Souls games aren't unfair. Generally, Soul games, they're hard, but there's a strategy to every fight. You just have to learn it. Call of Duty Veteran is just, alright, so I guess the Germans and the Japanese in World War II just had about 50 fucking grenades on standby every fucking second, and are just gonna yeet them at you every 5 seconds. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Until your whole fucking circle where it's supposed to let you know where a grenade is basically just a wheel of grenades. Fuck that game on Veteran. Yeah, pretty much. You did mention Dark Souls. I think that is an interesting thing when it comes to difficulty. I think there's a big difference between something is hard and something is unfair. And you genuinely can always tell, because there's a difference between, okay, this is hard, but you know there is something you can learn from it. Like, alright, don't do this. Alright, watch for this pattern attack. I always think, and this may not make any sense for some of y'all, depending, I'm not sure, but I always think a good example of how this is good difficulty, this is fair, to this is bullshit, this is completely unfair, is, funny enough, Halo 1 and Halo 2 are great examples. Halo 1, it takes about 25 shots to fully kill you, and on the hardest difficulty, and otherwise about a minute, in which that minute you can do all sorts of things to strategize and, you know, make sure you win at the end of the day, at the end of that fight. Halo 2, it takes 5. Less than a second. Or less than 5 seconds to kill you. Halo 1, it takes about a few 3 to 4 seconds for the elite to do his melee attack, to where you, if you notice it, you have enough time to move out of the way, dodge it, or blast whatever gun you have right in front of it until it dies, or staggers it. You have options to stop that melee attack from coming. And the melee attack does not kill you in one hit. Halo 2 on the hardest difficulty, it is a fraction of a second that melee attack will trigger and go off, and B, that melee attack will kill you in one hit. It is unfair, it is bullshit. I just think these are kind of interesting talking points. Don't remind you of Halo 2, yeah, Halo 2 is one of the last games I need to do to beat on Legendary. Because I've actually beaten every single Halo game on Legendary, except 2, 5, and Infinite. I haven't even played Infinite yet. And the Halo Wars games, I'm just talking more FPS Halo games. Yeah, I know, man. I got a quarter of the way done, and I just haven't gotten back to it. Mostly because by then I have started streaming, so I figured I'll just do my Legendary playthrough on stream, so I can be all pissed off and get all pissed off and make everyone laugh on stream. Then just get all pissed off and have no one be able to laugh at me. Let me catch up on chat real quick. True, Soul likes can be cheap, but usually do have strategies and stuff. Yeah. The story in the new one is so good. It's a sad story about overcoming grief, so I felt told. Are you talking about Infinite? Halo Infinite? Stabba? Yeah, okay. Cool. I haven't played Infinite. I've heard so much back and forth shit with Infinite. I remember I don't understand a lot of things. I don't know why people hate on Infinite so much sometimes. I mean, I understand the live service was shit. Like, let's not mince words here. The live service for Infinite was shit. And only got better. And when it finally got better at a good point, they killed it. Yeah, the single player, from what I understand, this is my point of view, especially if you're a Halo fan. Generally, everyone thinks the single player was either great or good. And you're not a single player Halo fan, or, haven't really played Halo, you think it's at least good to okay. No one ever thinks it's bad. I haven't even played the single player, but what I looked at and what I've seen, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty interesting. I do understand criticisms for it, and there's very good reasons to criticize it. My biggest worry with Halo, I will say at the moment, is I am slightly worried anything cool in Infinite, because Infinite didn't do so well in the life surface elements and stuff. All that shit in Infinite is just gonna get wrapped up off screen. They're gonna just forget about it, like they did with 4, like they did with 5, and just do something completely different for Halo 7 in the next 10 years, because I know they're doing a remake of Halo 1 first. And that is my, legitimate concern. I am really concerned that 343, or I guess Halo Studios now, have not learned their lesson of stop throwing everything away and starting over. Because I think that's the biggest problem with Halo since 4, is where you love it or hated Halo 4, you can at least admit the story was kind of, at least somewhat interesting and had somewhere to go. And then 5 threw all that shit away and did something completely different. And then everyone hated 5 because Halo 5 sucked. So they threw all that shit out and did something completely different. And now everyone at least likes the story in Halo Infinite. But the multiplayer wasn't good, so I'm worried they'll just use that excuse to throw everything out and start over. It's like, stop doing that. Just stop. In Reach. Okay, so hot take. I don't think Reach's story is that good. And here's my reason for that. The only reason why I don't like Reach's story is because I think it's too short. I personally think Halo Reach story, I only give a shit about one of the characters that die. Everyone else, I don't know them enough to give a shit. Like that guy with the skull painted on his helmet, like that guy looks cool. But like when he dies, I barely knew the guy, so I didn't care. Also, isn't it weird that out of all of them, the sniper guy lives in Reach? Have you ever noticed that? I think he might have been killed off now in the books. But it's like, have you ever noticed the sniper guy is the only one that actually lives in Reach? I just think that's weird. Like, he's just his sole exception. I will say, and this might be another hot take. Okay, good. So he is alive. Okay, that's nice. I will say also, and this might be another hot take, I think personally the best story in Halo, like my favorite Halo game story-wise, is on the Halo ODST. That's my favorite Halo game. I think it has the best story. Yeah, that's about it. I just love that game's story. I can't say gameplay because it's just Halo 3 again. I actually have quite a lot of Halo hot takes now that I think about it. I mean, I'll make it fun for whenever I do Halo live streams. I get a bunch of Halo fanboys bitching at me because I don't have their exact taste in Halo games, which is like, okay, thank you for the engagement. Goodbye now. If I get any assholes in that idea. Wait, did a song just play on repeat, or? Yeah, I'll be real. I'm not really paying attention to music at the moment. I just have some playlist going, or some large video going, which I will say I'll just be repeating it when it runs out and I'm still live. Because at the moment, it's the only thing Sonic-wise I know that fits. That I can play without getting a copyright claim or strike or whatever. Get my VOD muted. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I remember Prime mentioned he was playing DMZ earlier. That is another series of games I would really like to play on stream is 100% playthrough of the DMZ games. Which I know would be long, because... Well, for that I would have to basically master every DMZ game, and that would take a while of just repeating levels. Till we get that one S-rank run. And doing whatever the achievements would be for those games. Doing all the secret levels, and there's I probably wouldn't be any achievements for this, but I would count it playing as all the characters in the games as well. I would count that as 100% completion, doing at least a playthrough of every single character. See, you say that? That is another thing I want to do. I want to play all the Halo games and want to complete them. And one of the criteria for that would be an All Skulls run. Because there's a fucking achievement for it. Which, by the way, I don't like it. I don't really like how 343 did the achievements for the MCC collection, because I feel like achievements should be something any player should realistically be able to do and not have to be a genuine fucking master at the game, like it's the only game they play. Was pain? Yeah, I can imagine. Cause like for example, there's achievements to like get all the Halo games done under 4 hours. It's like, that's insane. That's an insane, stupid achievement. Because you basically, to get that achievement, you have to do a bunch of stupid shit. You have to break out of the map and do a bunch of speedrun shit. And no, I don't think an achievement should be, alright, go look up a video of how to do this stupid speedrun technique that some guy found in the early 2000s, and now, to get the achievements level here, you have to do it. Like, no, that should just be a fun thing to do, and not something for a completionist now has to do. I don't know, I think there's a fine line with achievements from setting a goal and have that be like a seal, like defeat so many enemies, or complete the game, or complete all these tasks and stuff. But when you set goals like, again, 343, where it's like, alright, This was clearly just a challenge that people used to do, or something that like a speedrunners do. But that should just be something they do. That shouldn't be something that if you're a completionist, now you also have to do. Because that just makes it unfun. I know that's technically a me problem, because yeah, I don't have to 100% games, but I like to, so you know, I'm gonna bitch about it. Or at the very least, make the cheap, like, whatever part-time, like, speedrun achievement is. Make it where you don't have to do, like, 2 or 3 different speedrun techniques to get it. Also, Prime, curious, because you said you did that. Did you do it with every Halo game on Lasso? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah, or was it just like certain ones? Also, how the hell did you beat Halo 1 on Lasso? Which, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, Lasso is short for Legendary All Skulls On playthrough of Halo. Which in Halo, there is these special little kind of like Easter eggs or collectibles in every level that are skulls. And you collect them, they have different attributes or abilities. To that change the way how the game is played. So for example, like Halo 1, because it's the only one I know of on top of my head, there's one where you can't pick up any of the alien weapons now. Or there's one where if you shoot a grunt in the head, it makes a cheer and happy sound. There's another one where you kill a grunt, they explode. And one where if you die, you have to start the entire level over. You know, things like that. So, basically, Lasso, you just play on Legendary with all those things turned on. It's misery. Just sweat at it. Okay. Alright. And that, start erasing the sketch underneath. So that means the line art is now officially done for this piece. So the next thing we'll have to do for it is do the coloring. Which, lucky for me, I wrote what the colors were supposed to be, because otherwise I would have forgotten by now. There you are. Okay, so body, dark, black. Nice pink. One thing she's looking amazing. Yeah. So it was so in case if you weren't here, I would be able to just look back and make sure I knew what the colors were. With that being said, let me take a picture of this drawing, and then I'll get ready. I'll get busy to color it. Huh? One sec. Yeah, I'm gonna. Thank you. I'm gonna need a quick second. So I'm gonna put my BRB on. I'll be back in 1 second. I just need to check something. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. So I just checking my notifications on my phone and I saw there was a tornado warning, which is like, okay, but like where? And I'm okay. It's nowhere near me and it ain't heading near me either. So hashtag we're good. But actually it's still like concerning. I had to just make sure that wasn't heading towards me. I'm living in Oklahoma, great. Alright. But we got the picture, so now we will be doing the coloring. Which, for me, what I like to do is I like to do the black first, and then move on from there. So, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna color everything that's black first. And funny enough, the only thing I didn't write down was the color of the clothing, so Prime, let me just double check, make sure I remember correctly. The coloring for her clothes were red and gray, right? Yes, okay, good. Want to make sure I remember that. Okay, eyes are always the trickiest thing because I gotta make a small circle in the eye. There we go. Then color it in. Give that little like light dot in the eye, which makes it look better. But it's always, at least for me, a bit of a pain in the ass to do because I gotta get in that small little spot and make a tiny circle, or kind of half circle. There you go. Alright. That's the hardest one done. Now I just gotta do the lips. Okay, just start. In a small black that I need to color in black is always hard because they're so small. I gotta had to use both hands to make sure I get it steady just right. Oh, you digital artists got it lucky. You can just zoom in and do this shit. Thank you, I tried to be. There we go. Get the lips done. Nice. Doing the eyelashes now. And when I'm coloring with black, I kind of go back and forth between just using my ink pen and my marker. Reason for it is the marker, especially if it's a newer one, like fresh out of the box, markers do bleed a little bit. So I rather just do the small edges and small black spots with my ink pen because I have more control and I can make sure it doesn't bleed out. Yes, they are. They glide so easy. They get that spot you need done just so well. I love fresh out of the box markers. I've been thinking about just going full-on markers for my coloring because I do a mixture of black ink and colored pencils right now. I'm thinking more on my for my own stuff and not for art raffle winners or commission work. Actually, because I have this box, I don't know where it is at the moment, that is just filled with so many markers I've had over the years. I don't know which ones work and which ones don't. I thought I might just draw something and then just use those as the colors instead of colored pencils. Because I do like colored pencils, but they are kind of a pain in the ass if you really want them if you really want them to look right, look nice. The colors. So I'm kind of looking for a little bit of a different alternative art drawing. Or an alternative coloring thing to use. I think maybe markers might be more up my alley, I'm not sure yet. I did run into one like other, funny enough, traditional artist that used markers. And his coloring looked a lot more simpler than what I have to do. So it's like, yeah, maybe I'll try that. Alright. You want to make her nails black? That's something I never actually asked. What her, like, fingernails would be. I guess they're not fingernails. They would be, like, talons. Whatever. Oh, yes. You wait for your response. I'll do the little black lines on the... Or do the stripes. You know I'm a Sonic nerd when I can actually recognize a song that's playing in here? No. Alright, that's from this Sonic game. Oh, Tiergan. Tiergan is an anime. Oh. Yeah, I still haven't heard of it. Also, it's interesting. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Anime is one of the things I've been really wanting to getting more into. I just haven't had the time to. I will say, it's very easy to guess what my favorite guess what my favorite anime is. Hint, it's in my username. Yeah, like right now, I can recognize this song that's playing. Yes, it's Ruby. How'd you know? Like this song, I can tell by the very beginning of it. It's one of the I'm not sure which one, but I know it's one of the Crisis City levels in Sonic 06. Because that's where that bit's playing right now. That's where that's from. Now, granted, I can't get to the very specifics of like, oh, and this is the Generations cover of this song. Like, no, that's where you're. I'm a little too far into, but like when it's like, I can generally tell. Oh yeah, that's from this Sonic game, and I know it's from at least one of these levels. Because I can't really narrow down which Crisis City level it is. I think it's Sonic's Crisis City level. By anything, I think he has like 2 or 3, so. I mean, I guess like I can't tell like which like Escape from the City, like which one is the OG and which one is Generations, but that's like cheating because they're very different in instruments and stuff, so it's very easy to tell which one is which. Also, I just get back on the anime thing. I count Ruby as an anime, yes. Because it's a fucking anime. I don't care if it wasn't made in Japan. It's an anime. Because I am very much on that stance that anime is an art style, not a... where it's made from. Yeah. Well, I just remember... Because I do get into those... not really arguments, but those like discussions every once in a while. It's like, is Ruby really an anime, or is this really an anime? I would say, my argument, if it has the anime style, then it's an anime. Which I think the really quickest way to tell if it's something's anime or not is just look at the shape of the eyes and how the jaws are usually drawn. You can usually that's how you can easily tell whether or not it's in the anime style or going for. I also just really don't like it when people try and just say anime is only like a Japanese thing, like can only be from Japan, because I just think that's dumb. Especially when you look up like what the actual word anime is, and it's just their word for cartoon, and not, I think, creation or something. I'm not sure on that last bit, but... Besides, again, when you see shows like Ruby that are almost one-to-one what an anime would look like I guarantee you, if it just happened to be made in Japan, everyone would be calling it an anime. But no, because it's made in Texas. Nope, not an anime. Like, no, it's an anime. Although technically I could still, even if I ran into a person, I just still will not relent that now it has to be from Japan to be an anime. I guess now I just say, alright, fine then. Ruby Ice Queen, checkmate. Which if y'all don't know, I'm assuming most of you, Ruby Ice Queen is basically a retelling of the first 2 volumes of Ruby with its own little story mixed in. Or at least a retelling of the first volume and its own story mixed in of Ruby, but in 2D, and it's made in Japan. We gained our chat. We almost have all the stripes colored in. The only ones left are on her side. And her hair. Almost forgot the hair. I already did this with the pin. Just make sure I don't accidentally bleed out of the drawing. By the way, talking about how I can recognize songs, this song playing right now in the background, this is the second Eggman boss fight. Or, this is the Eggman boss fight. I think it's technically the second. Yeah, I think second boss fight of the game with Eggman in the basically Africa setting. It's the only boss fight in the Africa setting, but just overall in the game. I've over-explained so much in that. The Africa level boss fight. It's that song. Which maybe it's a little bit my rose tinted glasses with me with Sonic Unleashed being my first Sonic game. But Sonic Unleashed soundtrack is up there as my favorite in the series as well. Like, this is a really good song. BRB? Okay. See you later, Prime. If you don't come back before stream's in, I hope you have a lovely day. Although I won't be ending. I might be ending here soon. We'll see. I'll at least get all the black done before I decide to end tonight's stream. Let's do the eyebrows now. They're small. She's coming together, chat. She's coming together. She adds a plate. Thank y'all for staying for those ads. And ads are over. Welcome back from everybody from those ads. Thank y'all for staying for them. They greatly help the channel. Okay, because I don't know what the nails are. I won't color them black just yet. Welcome back, Prime. So let me ask you a question. Her nails, like her nails, are they supposed to be black too, or nah? You know, them just be the dark blue, I guess. Yeah. They can be red? Okay, that nice. That's nice. Yeah, okay. I think that's red. I'm gonna quick write that down so I don't forget. Well, was it gun red and black too, or red and gray? You need to remind me of that too. I haven't forgotten about the gun. I've been doing it too. I have to put it pulled up on Blue Sky. Did you want me to just color it the same way as is there? So blue, black, and gray, or did you want me to close? Kind of reverse red, black, and blue. So we talking like where it's blue, make it black, and where it's there's blue, vice versa there, and okay, I can do that. There's blue, make it red, okay. There's red, make it blue. Make it red where it's black. Got it. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're good. Alright, I can do that. So I'm gonna need to add that line thing. Where did I put my mark? The main thing. There you are. There. So nails are red. Okay. Okay, so make sure I don't screw anything up. 2 more color questions and then we should be good. Her eyelids. I was gonna make them black because that would go well with all their stripes and stuff. So are we good with that? Or would you rather be a different color? And just kind of refresh me on what the suit you wanted the shoe color to be. Because I think if I remember correctly, you wanted them to be red and gray as well, but I could be wrong on that. So let me know. I'll actually write all this down. Like I should have the first time and not just a few things. One cover drawing. Eyelids can be black and shoes red and gray like her outfit. Okay, good. That's what I thought. So now I don't have to write that down. Thank you. That should. Unless I forget something else, or think of something else, should be the last color question I have. Alright, now we can finally switch to marker. This one is mostly fresh. Stewart is coloring just fine. But it doesn't have too much of that really bad bleeding problem. So remember a few streams ago I mentioned when you're coloring something, drawing little circles so you don't have to deal with align things with color pencils? Yeah, you don't have to do that with markers. Generally still kind of do it, it helps a little bit, but you don't really have to, unlike with colored pencils where it's you can really tell if you do that. Yeah. Because markers blend a lot easier. From my experience, anyway. Like, it's still kinda noticeable a little bit, but it's way more noticeable on a colored pencil. I will say, because it's June, little bit of a heads up for y'all. Yeah, it's midway for June. For y'all that do watch me and you see me, I usually play more games than I do art streams. Because my usual schedule, when I'm not horribly depressed or I'm too busy doing things, other things, My usual schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sunday. I do 100% playthrough streams where I'm playing for a game to 100% completion, and Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. Sundays usually my where I feel like I do art streams. That will be changing in July because July is Art Fight. Which, if you don't know what Art Fight is, it's basically this yearly art trading event online. There's a website and stuff. And I've done it in the last few years. I absolutely love it. I'm doing it again this year. So A, I'll be streaming every single day in June. And B, every single stream will be nothing but an art stream in June. So I'm letting you know ahead of time. So hey, if you like streams, art streams, get ready. They're coming. I'm assuming I am, because I have a... Last year I had a lot of fun. I had a few more friends that I knew of that did Art Fight. I had a lot of fun doing that. This year I know those people a little bit more, and I know a few more artists and stuff that might be doing Art Fight, so I'm excited. One of my goals for Art Fight, and it's a pretty hefty goal, is I want to get at least a drawing done every single day that Art Fight is going on. So that's like 30 drawings in a month. Which is like, wow. It's granted, I almost did that last year. The final count was like 27, I think. I fell off near the end, but I got really close of hitting my goal last year. And when they finally release the theme and stuff, I'll be talking about it way more and stuff, because not only am I really excited about Art Fight, but I know a few artists and stuff, so I really want to try and get them into it too, and just, have a blast. A little statement I'll also like to make, because I made designs for a few other people. I don't know if they're here in chat or whatever. But if I've ever made you a design or stuff, and you're also an artist, and are you planning on doing Art Fight, feel free to put the design I made for you in your selection of characters to be picked. Obviously give me credit, because it's kind of, you have to do it. It's one of the rules on the Art Fight website. But second, yeah, I don't care. You don't have to have permission granted. Just again, give me credit for designing the character, and that's all I care about. And show me if anyone actually draws that character, because I would like to see it. That's also just a general rule of thumb for anyone that I make designs for. Feel free to do whatever you want with it. You just have to at me and let people know that I made the design. Otherwise, I don't care. Do whatever you want with it. That includes you, Prime. You can do whatever you want with this drawing when I'm done with it. Just if you post it somewhere, just make sure you @ me as the original artist and stuff. Okay. Okay. enjoy your coffee. Hope it's going well. Coffee is one of those weird things for me that I just cannot stand. I do not like coffee at all. Which I know is weird because most everybody likes coffee, but I am one of those weird exceptions. I also don't like chocolate. Like at all, I cannot stand chocolate. So I make the joke I must be from Canada instead of the United States because the most American things you can think of, cheeseburgers, coffee, and chocolate, I can't stand any of those. I'd say that because there used to be I think it's with chocolate. I used to hear a lot growing up. Why are you not an American? If you don't like chocolate. Which I never really understood that. But that's where that saying of, well, I must be from Canada then, comes me saying that it's from. Because I heard that a lot growing up. Alright, we got the black done. Okay. I know I said I was gonna stop when we got that black done, but I think I might do the silver now, or gray. I'll do the gray now, since gray actually pretty simple to do. It's not that... It's gray, it's one of the few things that I can color in with just one pencil. And it'll look nice. You can't really tell whether or not if I use 2 or 1. And there's not that many gray spots. Sorry, dancing the music a little bit over here. Alright. So, let me get the gray. Alright. I'm back from sneezing my coffee out of my nose. Ow! Oh shit! Ow! Ugh. Ugh. Hope you're okay. I misread your last message, as I'm going to check on my coffee. So, ugh. Man, I really gotta get tested to see if I'm dyslexic or not. Because there's been a lot of those happening here recently. Yeah, well, hoping your coffee wasn't like right out of the microwave or pot hot, otherwise that would have really sucked. But welcome back, and we got the black done in the drawing, so I might have one more spot of black now I look at it, but so now I'm doing the gray part. Since gray is a few things I can color with a color pencil, where I don't need two different pencils. One does it just fine, where you don't see those little dots. I don't know why, it just does. So yeah. Oh yeah, the gun. Okay, so I lied on the black bed because I just completely forgot to color the gun. Black. Do that when I'm done with this gray. No reason. I mean, hey, everyone loves a cool blaster. Hell, doesn't like most Sonic cartoons have him having a blaster, technically? I think I at least saw, I think Sad AM, he had a blaster once. I think I'll quote me on that, it's been a long time. I mean, yeah, maybe he's had ones in the comics. Technically in games, I don't think, Sonic specifically, I don't think has ever actually held a gun. I mean, Shadow, yeah, no shit. That's the whole gameplay in Shadow. Other than that, and there's Forces, but that's the playable characters thing, not Sonic's. No, yeah, not Sonic. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I know there are. Damn it! I need a bigger workspace, man. I know there are a lot of characters in Sonic that's fine enough to use guns. Well, not a lot, but actually, I can only think 3 on top of my head now. There's Shadow, which I'll just say right now makes no sense why I used the gun. I never got that. Other than I know that game was made for the American audience and they and Japanese is when, hey, Americans like guns, right? Give Shadow a gun. I think I'm not wrong, but and the only other two characters I can think of on top of my head, if we're not counting comic characters, is if we're not, well, actually, okay, there's a lot in comic characters. So in just games, the only other character I can think of is actually the OC Sonic, or the OC character in Sonic Forces. The OC character in Sonic Forces. The words are hard. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did use a sword once in Sonic and the Black Knight. But you know, that game, that's one of the few games that not few, but that game has a really good story, from what I've seen, and a bitchin' soundtrack. Probably not. I'm pretty sure he just left that book world. Yeah, that's something I actually wonder. Kinda. Slightly. You think Sonic could ever do any of the, like, chaos crap that Shadow can do? Like, I know he can do chaos control, but I'm thinking like that chaos spear or chaos blast, like all those other things Shadow do with the Chaos Emerald. Do you think Sonic could ever do any of that stuff? Or is it just like only Shadow can do it for whatever reason? Choose not to, yeah. For me, I think with Sonic, it's more not of a choose not to. Like actually chooses not to. I think it's more of he just never thoroughly thought about it because he never really cared. I think if someone brought the option up to him, then he would choose not to. But like in my headcanon, it's just Sonic just never really thought about, like, hey, I wonder if I could do that. Or I guess in a sense he does do it. Now that if we think about it, because what is like that Sonic Blast or that other or Sonic Boom attack in Frontiers other than basically Chaos Spear and stuff like that. So in a sense, I guess he can do it and could do it. He just for whatever reason doesn't. I would say probably not, unless it's some weird energy sword. Let's say it was some weird energy sword, or they for some reason did a whole arc of him going through the storybooks again, which I don't see them ever doing because because for that to happen, I imagine they would have to do some sort of storybook game again, and I just don't see that happening. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like an actual good reason for someone to pick up a sword. I just don't really see it, especially when what he would use a sword for. I see him more using a spin dash to do the exact same thing, or energy bullshit. Like Sonic Boom from Frontiers, or stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Although if they ever did another storybook game, I would. Alright. I just thought of this. This is what popped in my head. If they ever did another storybook game, they need to make it Alice in Wonderland focused. Because think about all the cool, wacky ass shit they could put in level and level design if they did a Alice in Wonderland Sonic storybook game. Or is Alice at Wonderland? I want sword. I mean, technically, there's the cardboard, or not cardboard, the card guides that I think have spears, so I'm sure there's swords in Alice in Wonderland somewhere. We go for American McGee, Alice, take there at least be one knife. Meh. Okay. And what I was saying when I actually give Sonic a sword that isn't Camelot or medieval, because they are kind of did that. And this idea that if they ever actually went back to the storybook setting. I think kind of like Milan maybe, but that's not really I think a storybook setting. Air? Yeah, they explained that one to me. I don't recognize. Wait, I know there's the Sonic Fan Comic Air? Or Sonic Air. Okay, well, we're in Frontiers music now. I'll just let it play for now. I don't think they could do this, but I guess Sonic and the Lord of the Rings would give Sonic a sword. Damn it. Or Sleeping Beauty, now that I think about it. Just like Amy's Sleeping Beauty and Sonic, the Knight, or Prince, and you get a sword there. Yeah. I mean, let's be real, that whole Sonic not wanting to kiss Amy thing kind of died years ago. I mean, hell, there's even lines in Sonic Frontiers that I think I can't tell are cut or they're just super rare for it to trigger, but it basically implies that he loves Amy. So. Yeah. I think Sonic at some points has the same problem a lot of comic book superheroes has at the moment, where there's this desperate need to have the character evolve or grow forward to tell new stories, but the dumbass at higher ups don't understand that you can change the character in certain ways and stuff, but they still basically be the same, and doesn't have to be the exact fucking same thing every other time. Like Spider-Man can be happy, married, and still people will still find him relatable and love to read his comics. You know, Batman can get married, be with Catwoman, and not be so fucking miserable, and still have really cool Batman stories to tell. You know, it's... And like, in case of Sonic, where Sonic... Hell, at the moment, we're just lucky to actually finally be getting good Sonic stories for once. I feel like you can kind of see that element creeping in there too, of like, alright, but we can't change these characters at all. But then again, it's also like, we're just now finally getting actually good story interpretation in the game, so it's kind of hard to say that. Yeah, Sega is that dumb. Well, Sega, yeah, Sega, when it comes to Sonic, is really dumb. Because I just feel like they just make the dumbest decisions or have, here's this basically $1,000,000 idea right here. And they ain't ever touching it. Which is like, how about make the Chow Garden a mobile game? $1,000,000,000 idea. Hasn't done it still. There's an idea everyone loves SA1 and 2 most, and most of that is because of how the stories are told. Maybe we should actually try to tell stories. Get the guy that does the comic stuff. Took them how long to do that? Like, Ian Flynn has been writing Sonic comics for how long? And how long have we been bitching for him to start writing the game stories? And it's just now they're finally doing it? Yeah, that's another thing, like, I don't know, I think this is very true. If the idea isn't fucking perfect and works right out the gate, Sega or Sonic Team will just throw it out and not even try to use the cool elements. Case in point, Sonic Forces kinda sucks. But one of the cool elements of that was creating your own character. I doubt we'll ever see that anytime soon again because Sonic Forces didn't do well and Sega just thinks, alright, we gotta dump everything from there. Meanwhile, Sonic Colors exists a sec, so then it's like, alright, we gotta put like Wisps into everything now because, you know, that one was popular. It must be the Wisp, right? No, it's because you made an actually decent game for once. That'd be cool. So yeah, I want to see, and it'd be a really cool, I think it'd be a really cool idea, is a Metroidvania Knuckles game. Since he has a whole treasure element to him and finding things, I think it'd be a really cool idea just to make a Sonic-themed Metroidvania. So you move fast and stuff, but you still have that going back and forth and discovering things. Yeah. I think Knuckles is a perfect character to have an excuse like that. I think with how his character works, there's a very easy writing of excuse to get there. Like, the Master Emerald shows him visions of this quest he needs to go on, and then that's why he's at this new location. Or just be lazy and be like, nah, it's just him exploring Angel Island for some fucking reason. Who cares? Rather be a new location to tell these stories, but whatever. So can we all agree that Sonic X Generation has the best story in the Sonic game? Like, I love that story, and I love Shadow's story in Generations. My only complaint is I wish it was a little bit longer. I don't like how the ending, I feel like, ends on kind of a... It ends on a really interesting note that I feel like has a lot of ways they could follow up on. But I feel like if for... I don't know where the chances are ever getting another Shadow-like game. So I wish it was more just fully close-ended and not more like, and here's some more elements I feel like you could work with. Then again, I don't know, maybe Shadow will be in the next Sonic game and then they can work on it. Amy game. Well, in setup, I feel like it would just be another normal Sonic game, just with Amy as the playable character. I feel like story-wise, you also have, same with Knuckles, you have a very easy out on getting Amy on the adventure, because especially since they've been introducing her tarot cards more often, you can just have her doing a tarot card reading and it shows disaster or something terrible happening at this location, so she goes there to go and try and prevent it. Or her tarot cards are showing her that something terrible is happening at this location, so she goes to stop it. I don't know, but like gameplay wise, I would imagine her... Yes, you have. Her tarot cards were used in Sonic Origins, in the little cartoon anime things. They show up there in Sonic All-Stars. I believe in her character deal, she's doing her tarot thing. In Sonic Frontiers, when as a playable character, she's using her tarot cards a lot, actually. Like that's a part of her actual moveset. And the Sonic... Wow, I just had all the points in my head immediately. And in Sonic, the Tails tube things, she brings up using her tarot cards in those as well. Which I always thought was a weird thing to bring back the tarot thing. I was actually kind of against it, since it was such a one-off thing they mentioned CD. So I figured, like, why would you bring it back? But now that they actually brought it back and been using it, I'm actually kind of okay. I'm actually okay with it. I like it. It actually, I think, kind of adds to Amy a bit. I would say something I wouldn't mind them trying to do again, which arguably they are kind of doing, or kind of did with Frontiers, is I would like them to lean in on that, like, character action game again, with some Sonic character. Could be Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles. There's a lot of Sonic characters actually that would fit that style, but have it in the same Sonic style of being way more fast-paced, I think would be really cool. And you know, we saw like the kind of attempt with Unleashed, but they didn't really add a Sonic flair to it. And then we saw Frontiers, which was kind of adding the Sonic flair to it to be more fast paced, but I don't know. I think there is something there that would be really cool if they put some time and thought into it. Then again, one of my favorite genres is character action games, so I might just be full of shit and just be playing their character action game. Now, Frontiers was amazing. Wish we got more games that include silver. Yeah, me too. Especially if you... I think it's Project 06, the fan-made game that's basically trying to fix Sonic 06. That game just shows you how fucking cool Silver is as a character in concept. And all the cool things you could do with Silver. Like, just as a play. Or hell, if you want like an actual game, just play fucking Psychonauts 1 or 2. And then you see just all this potential on the floor with Silver. The chick I just ain't touching. Like an actual Silver game. That's an actually really cool concept. Especially if you wanna try and fix one of the biggest weird-ass gaps in Sonic, which is how Blades is somehow both from the future and a different dimension. In Sonic Rush, different dimension. In Sonic 06, from the future, and everything else, different dimension. Huh? I mean, granted, you could just leave it as that and just ignore her appearance in 06. Or... And we're getting into, like, heavy fan fiction here now, and just what I think would be a cool idea or concept. Just basically make it where Sonic never actually met Blaze during 06. Which I think he only actually sees her in like 2 cutscenes, so you just kind of move the needle and say she just wasn't there at the time. It's a little bit of retcon. And just make both Blaze the same Blaze. It's just when Sonic met her, it was either before or after. It was just for her after 06, but for Sonic before or whatever. Timey-wimey bullshit. And then that's why you can just explain her fire powers away. That's actually Iblis inside of her. And make that a Silver game. If he meets Blaze, realizes it's his Blaze, and trying to get Iblis out of her, or dealing with Iblis. I like the idea of if there was ever a Silver game, I would like him just dealing with like maybe a fragment or something that is Iblis in nature that he's having to kill off. Then again, I also like headcanon. Again, headcanon is that he just can't go back into the future. That was like a sacrifice he made, saving the world or whatever, is that he's just stuck in modern day. But he also doesn't care, because he can just make sure nothing bad happens. Oh, and that's... yeah, okay, I didn't know her fire powers were psychonetic. almost done with this gun here. And after over, welcome back from that. And also, I did know, they actually did explain her powers being psychonetic. Psychonicus. Words are hard, that word. But see, it was just a cool idea I had to explain them both being the same character. Or explain why she's in the future and different dimension. Because I think even in 06, they state that she's gonna yeet herself off into a different dimension. Or that was Silver plan, and then she just did it instead. Because she wasn't being a right vessel or some shit. I don't know. 06 story sucks. But I will say, I do like the idea. I really want, if they ever do something with Silver again, some kind of fragment with Ippolis still being around that he has to deal with. Just because I think that would be a really cool scene for Silver. Because like how Sonic has Eggman, I guess now Shadow has Black Doom. I feel like Iblis is a kind of a good villain for Silver. Or some kind of weird fragment of Iblis. Or maybe it's not Shadow thing from 06. What was his name? No, it's not Iblis. Guy that takes shit. What is his name? Mephiles, that's it. Or like maybe Shadow has to deal, or not Shadow, Silver has to deal with Mephiles. Because we know we saw him in Generations, like this time fragment of himself. So maybe he somehow got out of the white void. And now Silver has to deal with him. I haven't. I'm just coloring, I'm just doing the black and gray part because, they're the two easiest ones to color. Yeah. Especially since, you know, not Iblis, I just said, Mephiles did lie to Silver and, you know, tricked him a lot. Maybe in that sense, and as like a storyline you could play off, maybe Silver still feels some guilt for being so manipulated and almost killing Sonic in a few times. So when he's battling against Mephiles, Mephiles could play off of that. Maybe I say all this just now realizing none of the fucking characters remember 06. Not even Shadow remembers 06. Because it was wiped from... Because in the story, it makes itself basically non-canon. By saying it never by them rewriting time to where Mephiles never existed. I know, stupid pipe dream, this'll never happen because I'll never want to go back to this. I would love an actual remake of 06 with like Ian Flynn writing the story or some actual good fucking writer writing the story to make it an actually good story. That way all the cool elements that is actually in 06 you can actually play with. And not have to somehow retroactively fix this shit story and bring up the cool elements from it. That's honestly why I think we don't see Silver a lot, because, well, Silver's from this is from this really bad game in the franchise, and B, alright, so how the hell is he in the present? Because he should have been back in the future. Do we have to fuck the future up again? Alright, but what fucked the future up? Alright, but like how does he get back in the back to the past? Because he didn't bring himself to the past last time. You know, it's a bunch of weird shittiness. Yeah, 06 needs a reboot. I don't want to play a glitchy ass game. Yeah. I mean, you say that, but honestly, the only, and this is imagine air quotes, good story bits in 06 are all Shadow, and even then, you have to ignore all the time element parts and just the like even then, it's really just cool concepts for Shadow. Like, the whole inhibitor ring thing on it, like, that's a cool concept. I like the idea that, in my mind, that implies that Shadow could technically go Super Saiyan, or Super, anytime he wants. Because his body is just naturally have that much chaos energy in him. It just would kill him, probably soon afterwards. Or, again with Silver, or again with Shadow, the idea that Omega was reprogrammed to capture and defeat Shadow, and also knowing that Shadow kind of thinks of Omega as one of his only friends. Like, that's an interesting story to tell that they don't really go with anywhere. Or how Omega feels about that too, since one of Omega's whole thing is he doesn't like being controlled. That's why he hates Eggman. So the idea that he works for Gun and Gun does that to him, like, that's, again, an interesting path of a story to tell, and it's not done there. Yeah, I get that, the explanation in the comics and stuff, and I guess games now. I don't really like that. I mean, I like the idea of, I guess, willing himself to the past, using Chaos Emerald or some shit, or maybe he's just naturally to do that, I don't know. But I think, and it's I think it also fits Silver as a character. He comes to the past, he fixes whatever happens, go checks on the future, sees the future is fine, and then comes back into the past. Because he doesn't want anything bad to... One reason would be so he can keep the past safe, to make sure there's a good future, but also you can make the argument, usually he grows up in a war-torn future where everything is fucked. So, in a sense, all the people he loves and cares about is people he meets in the past. So that could be another reason why he stays in the past. That is kind of like that unsaid thing of like, he's more just here because his real family and friends are here and not in a future he creates to be good. Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, whoever gets in the past, honestly, whoever gets in the past really doesn't matter. To me, it's just, I don't like how he keeps on going back from past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future. Just keep this fucker in the past and make a reason for it. Which, again, with Silver, there are two really good reasons why he would just stay in the past. He really doesn't have anyone in the future, because in his future, everyone's dead. He grew up with everyone dead. Yeah, but Blaze, like 9 times out of 10, is in an alternate dimension. Again, like if we want to go for like comic book route and stories, he first meets Blaze in the past in IDW. So, like, Blaze doesn't even really count. Because other than 06, she's always in alternate dimension. And Blaze also has that kind of problem too, of like, she's in an alternate dimension, so she's a really cool character, but it's hard to get her to show up because you now have to find a reason why she isn't in her alternate dimension. Which I would argue, in a sense of Blaze, there's a really cool idea how you can get Blaze to just be in the main universe, and it would be a cool game too. And that is, what if just both universes start to collide for whatever reason? Like maybe as Eggman's messing around with something he shouldn't be, or Pirate Guy, or other universe Eggman. I ain't saying his name because I ain't doing that. From his time, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course people have to be alive because, well, someone had to make Silver, for one. There at least has to be 2 people to make Silver alive. But, like, let's, like, put it this way. He is probably working on zombie apocalypse rules of, if there are people alive, it's, like, a very handful amount of people. Okay, there we go. Let me double check. No, you're good. You don't sound triggered. I don't get that. Also, Silver's an adult, or Sonic adults, because, like, I remind you, somehow Sonic is still somehow Sonic is 15, Tails is 12, no, 8, no, 12. Is he 8 or 12? Amy is 12, I think, or maybe they aged her up to 15 as well, somehow. Like, I think the only person that's actually an adult is big. Because I know he's... But not even big, I think he's only like 18. And Rouge, which I think is actually 17. Well, Knuckles, I don't think we ever actually get a confirmed age with Knuckles, because Knuckles is so weird. Like, he's the last of the echidnas, but we don't know what happened. We don't really know what happened to the other echidnas, because not all of them had, because, I mean, we get the explanation, like, Chaos killed a bunch of them in Adventure, but, like, he clearly didn't kill them all, because someone had to make Knuckles. If that one Sonic RPG is canon or considered canon, then okay, there's a group of those echidnas, but again, since like they were gone long before Knuckles ever happened. Yeah, well, hey, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, IDW has ever gone into Knuckles' origins, probably because Archie, they don't want to deal with Ken Bender's shit, so they don't really want to touch Knuckles' backstory. And when we go into Ken Bender's shit, it's shit. No, God, go get me back to Sonic 06, thank you. When that 06 is improvement, you know it's bad. So yeah, Knuckles is in that weird spot where I think if you look up their ages, because I think there's some Sonic Wiki or whatever that does show their ages, he's listed as like 15, but as like, we can also make the argument that's like, alright. But like, really though? Also, if we're going by like weird ages, how old is Shadow? Like how old really is Shadow? Because he got frozen for 50 years, but I don't think he aged at all in those 50 years. So do those 50 years still technically count? And even then, how old was he when he was frozen? Like, was he about Sonic age? So like 15? Is he older? He always feels older than Sonic, but like, you can't see me, but I'm doing the weird hand movement if I don't know. Yeah, okay. 50 plus. They're just like, ah, fuck it, we don't care. I mean, that is legitimately funny. And you can now make the joke, man, why is this 50-year-old just around all these kids? That's weird. DNA, yeah. Okay, before I color it in, I want to know what you like. So this part of her tail is supposed to be the back end. Would you like me to color that black or dark blue? It's like the last coloring thing I need to know. Dark blue? Okay, then we are done with the black. And we are done with the silver. Or gray. So next, I will probably... I'll get the smaller stuff done first, so that way it's just done, so probably the green leaf or something will be next, but that'll be for tomorrow because it is, man, Black Doom is 2,000 years old, so it was his DNA. Okay. Well, it is 10 p.m. for me over here, so that is where I am going to call it for stream. I will be live again tomorrow, continuing this piece. Hopefully, then by tomorrow we will have her all done and up. Stick around though, because I will be raiding a friend of mine I just saw went live. So we'll raid her. Yeah, this is a drawing we got today. So we got the line art done, and we got all the black and gray done for Aqua today. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be live again, and we'll finish her off. We should be able to finish her off by tomorrow. Let me get our raid started, because a friend of mine, Krabby Moon, just went live. And she's a good friend of mine. I actually only hit my follower goal and in a lot of way, I hit my 100 follower thing to get affiliate, and honestly a lot of my trick of getting affiliate is thanks to her. So we're gonna go say hi to her. She looks gorgeous, and I changed my mind. It's okay. Okay, I'll work on that probably off stream real quick, because it'll be quick and I did get going, or I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll probably just do it tomorrow. But let me get the raid set up. Usual thing of, we'll just raid with my emote, high emote, and if you don't have my high emote, then just say hi. Yeah, that's my finger point emote. Slash raid. Wait, what was that? Japanese Spider-Man. Raid. Moon. Spider string, yeah. I need to watch the Japanese Spider-Man or something. Yeah, it looks like a trip. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. But yeah, if you enjoyed this stream, fun fact, Japanese Spider-Man uses guns. Oh really? That's cool. Or interesting, not really cool, but interesting. And wow. Well, that sword part makes sense, since I know he summons a giant fucking mech, and he's basically the creation of the Power Rangers, or the inspirations of the Sentai Warriors, I think they're called, which is what we Americans use clips from to make Power Rangers. So that's why I like to say Spider-Man is the first Power Ranger. Yeah, by technicality, because, he's the inspiration of Power Rangers, basically, so I technically make him the first Power Ranger. If you enjoyed this stream, wasn't able to catch all of it, you can go to my YouTube channel, where I archive all my streams there. Here's my links. You can also, my link tree, you can find my YouTube channel link there. You can also find my link to all my other social medias, so where I post my drawings, and I post when I'm about to go live, and all that other stuff. I will be back live again tomorrow, finishing her off. I will see all y'all people there. Have a good night, or day, wherever I see you. Bye.